What's up YouTube, welcome back to my channel. And I know what you're thinking, why do I look so tan? And it's because school started back up again. Making YouTube videos has been very time consuming for me personally. And school started back up again, so that means that I am outside a lot. For those that don't know, I'm a full-time PE teacher. So I am just constantly outside all the time. As you can see, I'm getting pretty dark already and it's only been about a month. But anyways, that's not what today's video is about. Today we're going over all the passive income that I got for September 2022. I'm super excited. We have 13 dividend payments to get into. And spoiler alert, we more than doubled how much passive income I got from September of 2021. So I'm super excited about that. But before we do that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Leave a comment on the video and let me know how much passive income you got this month. And lastly, like the video because it helps with the growth of my channel tremendously. Let's roll the intro. Every single video we go over my portfolio value for the week, and honestly it has been a rough past 2 or 3 weeks. The market has been going down like crazy because of inflation, but regardless, it's just going to give us more of an opportunity to buy our favorite stocks on sale. And going into my current portfolio value, as you can see, we ended today at $16,077.32, up on the day $349 or about 2%. On the week we were actually down $140 or about 0.8%. On the month, we were actually down $986.88 or about 5%. On the 3 months, down about $800 or about 5% as well. Year to date, we are down $2,141 or about 11%. That's really bad. On the last year, we were down $1,049 or about 6%, a little bit better. And then on the all-time, we're up $307 or about 1.95%. Obviously, we want our portfolio to be up overall, which we are up a little bit, but recently in a TikTok video, I compared my portfolio down about 1% versus the S&P 500, which was actually down around 6 to 7%. So I'm completely okay with my return so far, especially because regardless of anything that's going on in the market, even if I'm down overall, I'm still getting 4% back in the form of dividends. That's the entire point of this portfolio. I am not looking short term right now. I am okay if I am down. In the long run, I know that in 15 years, I'm gonna be just fine. So it's okay if they're down right now because I get to buy my favorite stocks are on sale. Which, speaking of buys, I gotta show you all the buys that I have been doing over the past 3 weeks. The first one being Chase Bank. As we can see, about $52 worth of Chase Bank, which ultimately gave me 0.85 shares. And that was at an average price of $107.85 per share. That was last week, and as we can see, 2 weeks ago, I bought even more Chase Bank, about $105.19 worth of Chase Bank. That ultimately gave me 0.91 shares at an average price of $114.76. So as you can see with Chase Bank, I'm obviously seeing it as a great opportunity to buy into it or dollar cost average in. And like I said, I just see it as a great opportunity to buy more shares of Chase Bank, especially because I want them to be the main stock in my financial sector of my portfolio. But honestly, there are fire sales on literally every stock right now. It's crazy. Which, speaking of my next 2 purchases for the last 2 weeks, were actually Microsoft and Apple. The first one was Microsoft, about $53.68 worth, which ultimately gave me 0.22 shares at an average cost of $243.05 per share. And as we can see with Apple, I also bought $53.50 worth of Apple, which ultimately gave me 0.35 shares at an average cost of $152 per share. Microsoft and Apple are on a huge discount right now. I'm only up on Microsoft and Apple about like $20 or $30, which is pretty crazy considering that just at my all-time high about 3 or 4 months ago, I was positive on Apple and Microsoft both at least $200. So we know they're on huge discounts right now, and if you believe in them long term, it should be a no-brainer in picking up more of their shares right now. Now hopping into the 13 dividend payments that I got for the month of September 2022, with the first one being from Ford Motors. At the time, I had 14.05 shares, and they're paying 15 cents per share, giving me $2.11. For those that remember back last November, I sold all of my NEO stock for Ford. So far, it has paid off. I'm about even with Ford right now in my position, but I'm also getting dividends on top of that. That's the entire reason why I sold out of NEO. And luckily, NEO actually tanked since then, so it was a great move on my end. The next dividend payment that I got was from Johnson & Johnson. At the time, I had 2.79 shares. At the time, I had 2.72 shares, and they were paying $1.13 per share, giving me $3.08. Johnson & Johnson, I feel like, is a no-brainer. Not only are they big in healthcare, they also have a lot of products that everyday people use. The only problem with Johnson & Johnson is that I feel like it's always hard to buy in and dollar cost average into Johnson & Johnson because it's always pretty much at the same price. They do not dip too often. I only have about $400 in Johnson & Johnson. I would like it to be higher, but over time I will be able to. The next dividend payment that I got was actually from Microsoft. At the time, I had 4.2 shares, and they're paying 62 cents per share, giving me $2.61. I just talked about how I just bought more Microsoft. I see them as a huge long-term hold, just like with Apple, and I'm going to continue to dollar cost average in to give me more shares at a cheaper price. and I'm just super excited that they are down right now so I can pick up more shares. The next dividend payment that I got was actually the biggest dividend payment that I got this month, and that was from Target. At the time, I had 9.49 shares, and they're paying $1.08 per share, which ultimately gave me $10.25. With Target, I am down tremendously right now. You don't remember about 2 or 3 months ago, Target had some really bad news. They missed their quota by a lot. Basically, they underestimated how much revenue they were going to do by about 50%, which obviously tanked their stock, which was pretty bad. Not only did Target do that, but also Walmart did as well. But the great news for me, and even better news for someone else that hasn't bought into Target yet, they are on a huge discount right now. And so obviously, Target has now turned into one of the biggest holdings in my portfolio. Actually, no, it is the biggest holding in my portfolio. I have about $1,500 in Target right now. And I think by the time they actually start to recover around Christmas time, I'm probably gonna have about $2,000 in Target. It's just on such a huge discount right now, in my opinion. And I'm gonna continue to get a lot more passive income for a cheaper price. It's especially gonna be good when they go back up in value. The next dividend payment that I got was from AG&C. At the time, I had 14.52 shares, and they're paying 12 cents per share, giving me $1.74. With AG&C, they're a high-paying dividend stock. I am negative on AG&C, but I'm getting this consistent monthly passive income, and it has gone up actually a couple of times in the past 2 years. So I'm very content only being down about 2% with them, but also getting passive income every single month. The next dividend payment that I got was from GM. At the time, I had 2.38 shares, and they're paying 9 cents per share, giving me 21 cents. GM is a small position that I had, and actually I first invested into them because they were paying a dividend, and I knew they were gonna have some sort of EV come out. And when the news of the Hummer EV came out, it actually went up about like 30% in 1 week. Obviously, it has come down since then. I'm only up about 10% right now, but as we can see, getting passive income for the time. The next dividend payment that I got was from Pembina. At the time, I had 10 shares, and they were paying about 13 cents per share, and they're actually withholding about 24 cents, which ultimately gave me $1.35. Someone in the comments of my video about 3 or 4 videos ago actually let me know that that was a tax that they were paying. But realistically, we're not gonna be seeing that 24 cents anytime soon, but I still believe heavily in Pembina. I'm personally up on them about 14% and getting paid this amazing passive income every single month. So I can't complain. If it was only going to increase their value and give me more gains and passive income, I'm all for it. The next dividend payment that I got was from Realty Income. At the time, I had 14 shares. They're paid 24 cents per share, giving me $3.47. Realty Income is an amazing monthly paying stock that has actually gone down quite a bit over the past couple of weeks. At one time, I was actually up about 20%, which is pretty crazy that I'm about even right now. But either way, I still believe in Realty Income. I'm not gonna sell out of this position. And if it does go down over the next couple of months, I'm actually probably gonna pick up some more Realty Income. The next dividend payment that I got was from Main Street Capital. At the time, I had 10 shares. They're paying 21 cents per share, giving me $2.15. Main Street Capital is the other stock in the finance sector of my portfolio. They pay monthly passive income. I am up overall about 12% roughly with Main Street Capital, but the amazing thing is they have paid and actually increased this dividend over the past year that I've had them. So extremely happy with the return that I have gotten from them so far. The next dividend payment that I got was from Main Street Capital. That's the other high paying dividend stock in my portfolio, but I am positive on them right now. With Main Street Capital, I bought in an extremely great time. They were recovering from the pandemic, and they're now about even with where they were before. So I'm just getting paid passive income and getting gains on top of it, which is really awesome. But anyways, at the time I had 26.37 shares, and they're paying about 6 cents per share, giving me $1.58. I love Main Street Capital. I'm not going to sell this position anytime soon. The next dividend payment that I got was actually from Main Street Capital again. Recently, Main Street Capital has been doing this adjustment. I'm not too sure why, but they've just been doing an adjustment separately, as we can see. But as we can see, before they were paying about 21 cents per share, and now they're giving me about 10 cents per share. They're doing adjustments here or there, but they're still giving me that monthly passive income. For whatever reason, it's just at 2 separate times. I don't know why that is, but I got $1 for that. The last 2 dividend payments that I got were actually in the ETF section of my portfolio. As we can see with SPHD, I had 14.46 shares at the time, and they're paying 14 cents per share, giving me $2.04. Towards the end of the year, I am going to consolidate my 2 ETFs, which, speaking of PEY, actually at the time I had 10.94 shares, and they're paying about 6 cents per share, giving me 73 cents. There's nothing against PEY in the long run. I just want to have 1 ETF in my portfolio. I don't need to have 2. I just started off with them. I am positive on both, so I figured I would just keep it for the time being. But towards the end of this year, I really want to consolidate my portfolio and really keep it down to a main 25-ish stocks with 1 main ETF that makes up about 5 to 10% of my entire portfolio. Unfortunately, I just like SPHD more than I like PEY. Also considering SCHD, let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. I know a lot of people love SCHD. I would really consider it. And that was all 13 dividend payments that I got for the month of September 2022. Hopping on over to my spreadsheet, as we can see, I almost doubled. I thought I doubled, but I missed it by about $3. That's very cool in comparing it to September of 2021, where I only got $18.46. We are moving in a positive direction. By September of 23, we're definitely going to be doubling that, but still an amazing month. And I have done nothing special but continue to invest consistently every single week. I am going to be doing a video next week going over my vending machine process for the last 4 months. So be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can see that next week. Like on the video because it helps with the growth of my channel tremendously. And lastly, don't forget to comment how much money you made in your portfolio last month. I love seeing your guys' comments and seeing your portfolios grow alongside mine. But that's all I have for y'all this week. I'll catch y'all next week. Peace.